Welcome to Southaven Business Beat. Business and community leaders talk with us to provide invaluable resources to aid the business community.
Southaven Business Beat is sponsored by Wisdom Integrators.
Hey business owners, when's the last time your tech actually worked for you? At Wisdom Integrators in Southaven, we help businesses like yours run smoother, look sharper, and reach farther. From dependable IT support and secure networks to custom websites that convert, and video systems that actually work when you need them. No cookie cutter fixes, no long waits, just smart, reliable solutions that grow with your business. Whether you're launching, scaling, or just tired of doing it all yourself, Wisdom Integrators is your behind-the-scenes tech partner so you can focus on running your business, not chasing down IT problems. Call 901-625-0900 or visit wisdomintegrators.com to schedule a free consult today. Wisdom Integrators. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom.
Here is our host, Cristan.
Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another episode of Southaven Business Beat. I'm your host, Cristan, and we are here to talk about some insurance and why it's important to have a local agent. I have the absolute pleasure and honor to have with me today Miss Wendy Williams. She is the marketing coordinator for Steve Womack's State Farm Insurance right here in Southaven. And she honestly is what makes Steve Womack Insurance look good. She is his marketing coordinator and she does a fantastic job. Miss Wendy, thank you so much for joining me.
You're welcome. Happy to be here.
Good. I'm so glad to have you here. You are absolutely fantastic. You have been one of our ambassadors, and it has been like just the coolest pleasure to get to know you. And we are definitely kindred spirits, and I am super excited to have you on here.
Thank you.
So I know I want to talk all about you, but we got to talk about Steve. Steve's the man. He runs the show.
Yes.
Steve's been in business for a minute. How long has Steve been in business?
Since 2005.
My goodness. Okay, so he started when he was like 4 years old, promise. Yeah. 20 years in business. Yeah. Steve is incredible. He knows his stuff.
He does.
And I am super excited that you get to be his cheerleader. You get to be the one that really makes him look good for sure. And he just opened up. Where are we at now? We're right at 2 years. I know we had the ribbon cutting. It seems like it was literally just yesterday that he opened up here in Southaven.
Yes.
And he's become just a staple right here. And what have you done since you joined? Did you join him when he opened up in Southaven, or were you with him in Memphis?
I was with him in Memphis.
How long have you been in business with him?
Since 2017.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So what would you say is one of the biggest things that you've noticed in your time with him that maybe has changed in what you do?
In changing what I've done?
Yeah,
or
just
do
for the marketing side of it, things that you've had to
more the social media and just being present and being involved in several different things and getting our name recognition out there and continue to do so.
Yes.
You don't want to do it just once and then move on.
Yep.
You just got to keep on.
Visibility creates credibility.
Yeah.
That's one of those things they teach you straight up. You have to be there and be present to be able to have people trust you.
Right.
And you have done a phenomenal job of that, because even before you were an ambassador, when y'all joined the chamber, when y'all did the ribbon cutting, we told you then that we wanted it to be more than a ribbon cutting. We wanted you to take full advantage of all the resources the chamber had. Yeah. And you have been there for everything. Every new opportunity, you're right there ready to jump in. And that includes being here on my podcast.
Yes.
I know you and I both are like introverts, like crazy. Yeah. I've talked to you about the amnivert thing, and you assure me that you are not one of those. You don't fall into that category, but I think you might just a little bit. Because you are fully capable of doing it. You're here. Yeah. You're doing it, man. Yeah. I love that.
Well, thank you.
Well, I know that we talked a little bit about about some of the things that say it, apart from having, so we see the Geico commercials on TV. Why is it important to have a local agent? Why is it important for me to call Steve Womack as opposed to the 800 number on the TV?
Well, I mean, first of all, we are a brick and mortar. And you can, if you have any questions, or let's say that somebody was in an accident or something's going on with their home, you can physically go and see someone and talk to them, as opposed to talking to somebody that you know that doesn't know you from Adam and doesn't know your neck of the woods. And we have the local resources of also, you know, making any suggestions about whether it be auto, home, renters, you know, anything.
Absolutely. Well, we are definitely in the digital age. You can do everything by your phone. You can order groceries, you can go shopping, you can pay your bills, you can do your banking.
Yeah.
There's almost nothing that you can't do. And I, for one, I am all about the convenience of it. But you're right, because there's nothing that's going to change having that one-on-one connection.
No, that's the thing, is getting the a relationship going, and then knowing about that person and the customer and asking about, you know, hey, how the kids doing, or, you know, because you have that relationship. And I would much rather like it like that. I mean, like you go into the bank back in the day and you'd have, you know, somebody at the teller and they, hey, you know, I know you know, the kids had their tryouts, you know, last week or whatever. So that's the same thing with us. And I would much prefer having somebody that knows me.
Absolutely.
To do work with.
And I'm one of those that's a creature of habit from that aspect as well. And Chad's one of those, my husband is one that does a little bit more online and whatnot. But even with our banking and our insurance, we're one of those, we want that one-on-one. I want to be able to call you and go, Matthew backed into a mailbox again.
Yeah.
And you remember when it happened, you know?
Yeah.
And having that difference. I mean, we've had the same banker for 25 years.
See?
And I ran into her the other day and she fussed at me because she hasn't seen me in the bank in forever. And she was like, okay, I see your husband. I see your kids. Where have you been?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I went through the drive-through, or I just threw the check at Chad. And it is nice to have somebody that recognizes you. Even at the grocery store, I run into her in just the most random places.
Right.
And she asked how my grandbaby's doing. I'm like, that's huge.
Doesn't that? Yeah.
That's huge. And it makes all the difference. And I love that you have the opportunity and you have the platform to be able to do that, because you bridge that gap, because you're the one that's on the front lines and being the face of Steve Womack. I love that so very much. So I know that Steve has more than just one location, because we talked about the Southaven location only being 2 years old.
Yes.
And so the other location is in Memphis. How many people does he have under him?
12.
Okay.
12,
Okay.
yeah,
So he's got a
13.
good
Yeah.
amount of people that are
Yeah.
able to be local and know the customers and take care of them. That's incredible.
Yeah.
So what would I expect when I come in? Let's say I'm like, okay, I know I need car insurance, but I don't have like insurance on my house. I don't have insurance on my boat. What does that look like if I walk in?
Well, I mean, whatever you're walking in the situation that you just chose, that you're going to be prompted or, you know, asked. All right, so you've got this auto. Well, do you have, you know, a home, or just like you said, a boat, or vacation property, ATVs, or anything like that? So those are other things that people, the sales would, you know, prompt them to, you know, because a lot of things people don't think about, or they don't know what they don't know. And that's where they're the professionals, and they can help you remember about things that maybe you don't think about insuring, because we do it all. We're full service. So
I would have never thought to insure an ATV. I mean, it just wouldn't occur to me.
Oh, yeah.
So we need to insure all of our toys.
Oh, yeah. If somebody else's, I mean, you hear too many accidents. And I personally know somebody that was in a terrible accident on the four-wheeler and stuff. So, yeah, the liability on that, and yeah.
Well, I'm super excited that you've been here with me and talking about Steve Womack and his insurance agency and all the things that y'all provide, and just kind of the background and insight on that. we have to take a quick break because we have to go and thank our sponsors because we can't do what we do without their help and support.
Absolutely.
So, guys, if you would, stay with us. Don't take off. We've got more with Miss Wendy Williams and State Farm here in just a few minutes. But take a look at these quick words from our sponsors.
Make your next event unforgettable with the Follow app. Connect instantly, stay organized, and never miss an opportunity. Ditch the business cards. Go digital with the Follow app. Network effectively, exchange contacts seamlessly, and grow your business. The Follow app, transforming the way professionals connect at events.
Every brand has a story. Let us help you tell yours. At Pure Focus Media, we specialize in professional video production, photography, and drone footage that elevates your message and captures attention. From real estate to events, we deliver content that connects. Visit www.purefocus.media to schedule your next shoot. Pure Focus Media, where your vision comes into focus.
Now back to Southaven Business Beat and host Cristan Engelke.
Guys, thanks so much for coming on back with us. And just to recap, we are sitting down with Miss Wendy Williams with Steve Womack State Farm Insurance and talking about making sure your family is taken care of, insuring your car, your home, your ATVs. So, okay, I've named off those three, but y'all insure a lot more than that. Can you tell me just a handful of things that people may not think about that you guys do offer as far as insurance?
Well, I mean, of course, we do the auto, home, we do business, we do life insurance, we do like personal articles policies, you know, the additional things that you don't really think about, you know, guns, jewelry, silver, you know, several things like hearing aids, things like that as well. But they will lead you, and they'll find out, the salespeople, they'll find out, you know, what you really need, and then offer it, and then you make the choice.
And see, that's what we were talking about a minute ago that sets you apart, because having that agent, having that person that you're sitting down with, they are going to ask all the right questions.
Right.
They're not just writing a policy and trying to get
No.
you signed up for some stuff. They're going to make sure that they cover the bases. Like, okay, if I know you and I know that maybe your mother passed and you've inherited these things.
Right.
Okay, through conversation and knowing that, I'm going to know that now you have this property that is going to need to be taken care of. Now you have these assets that are going to need to be taken care of.
Right.
That is huge, having somebody that would know to ask those questions.
Right.
Especially in a time when you're not thinking about all of that stuff. But it has to be dealt with and has to be done.
Right.
I love that. So you said that you started with Steve back in 2017.
Yes.
So what got you, I want to work for an insurance company? How did Wendy come to be, and what got you started working with Steve?
Well, I have to tell you, I mean, it was not, hey, I want to work for an insurance company. No, it was, you know, Steve and I were just talking, and just talking about things that need to be done and all. And so we just had a discussion, and the kids were getting older. They're going to high school, and they had, you know, they did not want their mom hanging out, you know, with PTA and all that stuff. So, yeah, I just said, sure, I'll do, you know, whatever it needs to be done. And it just went from there. And, I mean, I didn't even know who our insurance person was. I mean, and then you just, you know, insurance is not exactly a fun thing, but I tell you what, you know, there'll be a point that things start coming into play that you're like, I sure wish I knew what to do. And it has educated me for sure. And then, of course, that compounds and goes to other people as well. It's like, you know, giving them some more information about, hey, you should think about final expense policies, and which obviously it did help me out for my situation. So I was very grateful, very grateful for that.
And I love that you have the knowledge and now even so the passion, because you are one that wants to have the education and tell people, you know, you got to think about these things.
Yeah.
And even beyond, I mean, you do the marketing, you do the going and, being an ambassador and doing the chamber stuff. But I know that I see behind the scenes where you're like just as much telling people you need to think about these things.
Yeah.
I love that because you went from, I didn't really, have a dream to work for an insurance company to drinking the Kool-Aid, so to speak. And you see the value. You've bought into it and you understand what a difference it can make having that person in your life.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah. It's wonderful to see when people are in a situation that is so trying on them for whatever the reason might be, and to know and have the comfort of having something that will take care of you, at least, financially, but again, that will just a ripple effect.
Yeah.
And helping the family and the kids.
It's one less thing to worry about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, with you being a part of the chamber, and I say that because you've, beyond just becoming a member of the chamber, you've jumped in.
Okay.
You are one of us. We have
love
just pulled you under our wing, and we're not going to let you escape. But as an ambassador, what sort of things have stood out to you as your favorite things that you've done since you've joined the chamber?
I love you guys. And I know this may sound silly in a way, but you guys are my church. I mean, y'all bring so much to my life personally as well as work-wise. And, we need to get down here and make relationships. And I don't know that we would have done as well as we have without you guys. I know we wouldn't have. So I am very proud to be an ambassador with Southaven Chamber. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
And I love that you did just jump in with both feet and become a member. And you have been just as big of a blessing to us. I don't think you realize that. I know a lot of our members, they tell us that, and they're like, we, love being a part of the chamber, and because y'all make us feel like we're at home.
Yes.
It's because we value those relationships. Just like Steve and his guys and everybody there at State Farm want you to feel at home and comfortable when you walk through these doors, whether you're a business owner or just someone in the community. You need to know that you're walking into a place you belong.
Yes.
And I can say I've seen you blossom just a little bit since you've joined the chamber. One of my favorite things about you being an ambassador is the fact that you have truly come out of your shell and you let people see you. And that is a beautiful thing. It really is.
Well, they haven't seen me dance, so.
Well, that might be another episode then.
It'll be a short episode.
A short episode.
Yeah.
So going forward, what do you think is up next? What's going to be your next big thing, next challenge? What is some of Steve's and your goals going forward from here?
Well, I mean, we're definitely interested in just the Southaven community in general in the DeSoto County. We're ecstatic that we're down here, and we're learning more and more of what we can do. And but we do want to give back to the community and build a presence in this area because it is also expanding so much, and it is such a warm family feeling down here, and we are gobbling it up, because it is a very comforting feeling. And just like we were talking about the one-on-one, everybody seems to be so disconnected with, the smartphones and all. Now it's getting out, meeting everyone, creating those relationships and bonds, and continue to want to give back wherever we can.
Absolutely.
In the communities that we've already, established.
I think that's one of the things that I love the most about the town that we live in. We are just right there on the cusp of Memphis and big city and all the things. And people think, oh, you're just Mississippi, you're little. Southaven is the third largest city in the state. And even though we are very individual, community-minded, small town feel. And that definitely is a perfect place to cultivate community involvement and giving back. And you guys are in the perfect location for that too. You're right there on Get Well in the midst of everything that's just exploding around you.
Know.
Like opportunity is right there. And that's fantastic.
I know,
and
it's exciting.
It is so exciting.
Yeah.
And I love, 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 love that you are so invested in your business and in what you do.
Yeah.
And I love that you're invested in the chamber and that we get to keep you forever and ever.
Okay.
And I'm so thankful that you came and joined me on the podcast today. And once again, another platform for you to be able to tell your story, to tell Steve's story, and to tell everybody why they need to have a local representation for their insurance. And guys, if you don't, you need to contact Steve Womack Insurance. There are 2 locations with plenty of space for you and someone to be able to step you through every process of insuring your home, your car, everything. Life insurance on your people. So reach out to Miss Wendy or Steve Womack himself or one of the incredible people that are under him. Thank you so much for joining us. And guys, definitely make sure you go and like and subscribe so you don't miss a single episode of the Southaven Business Beat podcast. And I'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Southaven Business Beat. We would like to thank the following sponsor. Staying ahead in a world driven by technology is key. At Wisdom Integrators, we simplify tech solutions for your business. We specialize in customizing audio, video, and IT services tailored to your needs. At Wisdom Integrators, we don't just solve problems, we create opportunities. Wisdom Integrators, connecting your world, solving your problems. Would you like to be a sponsor of Southaven Business Beat? Please email us, info@southavenchamber.com. Be sure to share and subscribe for more business resources. Thanks for watching.